America, land of opportunity, land of freedom, a nation built on the ideals of liberty and justice for all. Yet these promises have not been equally shared by all its citizens. Yet a shadow falls across this land, a shadow of segregation, of discrimination. The harsh reality of racial segregation permeates every aspect of life, creating a divide that is both physical and psychological. Millions of African Americans denied basic rights, treated as second-class citizens. They face systemic barriers that prevent them from accessing the same opportunities as their white counterparts. Education, employment, and even the simple act of voting are fraught with obstacles, the weight of injustice heavy on their shoulders. The daily indignities and the constant struggle for survival take a toll on their spirits, yet they endure, holding on to hope for a better future. Life in the South, a constant struggle. Separate schools, separate restaurants, separate restrooms. The doctrine of separate but equal is a cruel lie, as the facilities for African Americans are vastly inferior. The sting of segregation ever present. It is a daily reminder of their perceived inferiority, a constant assault on their dignity and humanity. But beneath the surface, a spirit of resistance brews. African Americans begin to organize, to demand their rights, to fight back against the oppressive system. Leaders emerge, voices of courage and determination, a yearning for equality, for dignity, for respect. The civil rights movement gains momentum, fueled by the unyielding desire for justice. It is a fight for the soul of America, a struggle to fulfill the nation's promise of freedom for all. The American Civil War, a distant memory, a conflict that tore the nation apart, brother against brother, leaving scars that would last for generations. The battlefields, now silent, once echoed with the cries of a divided people. The war ended, but the divisions remained deeply embedded in the fabric of the nation. Yet the nation remains divided. The echoes of the past reverberate through the decades, manifesting in new forms of segregation and discrimination. Public spaces, once symbols of unity, became stark reminders of a society still grappling with inequality. Water fountains, schools and buses, all marked by the invisible lines of racial division. The South clinging to its past, Confederate flags waving defiantly, a symbol of resistance to change. Towns steeped in history where the old ways die hard. The legacy of the Confederacy, a shadow that looms large over the southern states, influencing attitudes and policies. The North grappling with its own prejudices. While the South's segregation was overt, the North's was more insidious. Northern cities bustling with life, yet simmering with racial tension. Protests and clashes, a testament to the fact that prejudice knows no geographical boundaries. The promise of equality enshrined in the Constitution but denied in reality. The words, "all men are created equal," ringing hollow for many. Civil rights activists holding signs and marching, demanding that the nation live up to its founding principles. The Constitution, a beacon of hope, yet a reminder of unfulfilled promises. The year is 1954. A pivotal moment arrives. The nation stands at a crossroads with the future of its children hanging in the balance. Public schools, the battleground for a new kind of war, one fought with legal briefs and court rulings instead of bullets and bayonets. The Supreme Court declares segregation in public schools unconstitutional, a beacon of hope. The Brown v. Board of Education decision, a landmark ruling that promised to dismantle the legal framework of segregation. Headlines blaring the news, a nation holding its breath, wondering if this would be the turning point. But the road to equality is long. Civil rights marches, a powerful display of unity and determination. Martin Luther King Jr., his voice a clarion call for justice, inspiring millions to join the fight. The dream of equality, a distant yet attainable goal, driving the movement forward. And it will be paved with struggle. Activists arrested and beaten, their resolve unbroken. Violent clashes, a stark reminder of the resistance to change. The 1960s, a decade of turmoil and transformation, where the fight for civil rights reached a fever pitch. The journey towards equality, fraught with challenges, yet fueled by an unwavering belief in justice. Across the South, acts of defiance begin to flicker. Small acts of courage, refusals to give up seats on buses, sit-ins at segregated lunch counters. Each act a spark, igniting the flames of resistance. These brave individuals risking arrest, facing violence, yet they stand firm, their courage contagious, inspiring others to join the fight. The movement for civil rights gaining momentum. Montgomery, Alabama. December 1st, 1955. Rosa Parks, a seamstress, boards a bus, refuses to give up her seat to a white man. Her arrest, a turning point, the African-American community outraged. They launch a boycott of the city's buses, a boycott that lasts 381 days, a testament to their resilience, their determination. Section 5, enter Martin Luther King Jr., a young Baptist minister thrust into the spotlight. Born in Atlanta, Georgia in 1929, Martin Luther King Jr. grew up in a time of segregation and racial tension. His father, a preacher, instilled in him the values of faith and justice. King attended Morehouse College, where he was mentored by Dr. Benjamin Mays, a prominent advocate for racial equality. This mentorship ignited a passion in King for social justice and civil rights. Martin Luther King Jr., his voice, a beacon of hope. He pursued further education, earning a doctorate in systematic theology from Boston University. It was during his time in Boston that he met and married Coretta Scott, a woman who would become his partner in the struggle for civil rights. Together they moved to Montgomery, Alabama, where King became the pastor of Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. His message, one of nonviolence. Inspired by Mahatma Gandhi's principles of peaceful resistance, King believed that love and nonviolent protest were the most powerful weapons against injustice. In 1955, Rosa Parks' arrest for refusing to give up her bus seat sparked the Montgomery bus boycott. King was chosen to lead the boycott, and his leadership brought national attention to the civil rights movement, of love, of perseverance. King's leadership, electrifying. He galvanizes the movement, inspires millions. His eloquence and unwavering commitment to justice made him a symbol of hope for African Americans and allies across the country. The success of the Montgomery bus boycott propelled King into the national spotlight, and he became the president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, an organization dedicated to achieving civil rights through nonviolent means. His words echoing across the nation. King's speeches, filled with powerful rhetoric and moral conviction, resonated with people from all walks of life. He traveled across the country, speaking at rallies, churches, and universities, spreading his message of equality and justice. His ability to articulate the struggles and aspirations of African Americans made him a revered leader and a target for those who opposed the movement. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. These iconic words, delivered during the March on Washington in 1963, became a defining moment in the civil rights movement. King's dream of a just and equal society continues to inspire generations, reminding us of the power of hope, love, and perseverance in the face of adversity. Section 6, the March on Washington, A Dream Takes Flight. August 28, 1963, Washington, D.C. 250,000 people, black and white, marched together for jobs, for freedom, for equality. King delivers his iconic I Have a Dream speech, a speech that resonates through history, a call to action, a vision of a better future. Section 7, the Birmingham Campaign Confronting Segregation Head-On. Birmingham, Alabama, 1963, the most segregated city in America. King and his followers met with fierce resistance, police brutality, fire hoses, attack dogs, the images shocking the nation, galvanizing support for the movement, the world watching in horror, the brutality exposing the ugliness of segregation. Section 8. Echoes of Freedom, the Civil Rights Act of 1964. The Civil Rights Act of 1964, a landmark achievement, outlawing discrimination based on race, color, religion, sex, or national origin, a testament to the tireless efforts of the movement. But the fight is far from over. Voting rights still a major obstacle. The struggle for equality continuing in the face of violence and oppression. Section 9, the legacy of the movement. A nation transformed, the civil rights movement, a watershed moment in American history, transforming the nation's social and political landscape, inspiring movements for equality around the world, the movement's legacy enduring. A reminder that ordinary people can achieve extraordinary things. That change is possible, even in the face of adversity. Section 10. The unfinished journey, continuing the fight for equality, a continuous journey. New challenges arise: systemic racism, police brutality, mass incarceration, the struggle for justice ongoing, the spirit of the civil rights movement alive today, inspiring new generations to raise their voices, to demand justice, to create a more equitable society for all. Section 11, conclusion, a testament to the human spirit. The American Civil Rights Movement, a testament to the human spirit. The courage to fight for what is right, the power of nonviolence, the enduring belief in equality, the movement's legacy, a beacon of hope, a reminder that change is possible, that we must never stop fighting for a more just and equitable world.